Welcome to another episode of the Thanalysis show, with your one and only Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. And can't forget my co-host, Tony.
What up, man? How's it going?
What you got for me today, Tony?
All right, I do want to start off. This news broke a couple days ago, but the legend on and off the court, Dikembe Mutombo, passed away, 58 years old only, kind of quietly battling brain cancer. But the response from the basketball community has been nothing short of complimentary and really giving him his flowers for everything he did, obviously on the court from Georgetown to his historic career, but off the court as well, and all of the philanthropic work he did, all of the money he put back into his homeland. The realest of the real. And I saw you post a picture of him as well, and I just wanted to get kind of your thoughts on Dikembe, the man, not just the basketball player.
Yeah, oh man, it's heartbreaking, I saw a statement, the statement or something that his son wrote too about him and like what his father meant to him, to everybody actually, and to people around him, and he was really all those things. He honored people around him. He really was that. He brought people joy. Photos, this, that, and it was one of those guys. Like if I asked him, like, hey, come to the show, like he would have, do that in a heartbeat. And I'm so proud too. Like they said, because he's one of the people who made Africans as well. People believe they could be in the NBA, and people from overseas, and being iconic and what he brought to the game. But outside the game, like even him doing this quietly, like it's insane. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Nowadays, that when everybody is actually doing something for people to be out there, something like just.
Yeah, he didn't bring the camera crew with him for every school or hospital or water well that he funded and built himself.
And just him, like, I wish I know he was quietly, going through it, but I wish he would be a little bit more known, so people would like celebrating him a little bit more while he was here. So
that happens far too often, right? As people, and I remember just being super young, and my first real intro to Dikembe Mutombo was 2001, and he was playing for the Philadelphia 76ers, and they played the Bucks, and I was 8 years old at the Bradley Center watching him and Allen Iverson go to Game 7 against Milwaukee, and Iverson's probably like one of my all-time favorite players, right? But there was just something about watching Mutombo play. And they had other guys on that team, like Eric Snow was cool, Aaron McKee was cool, but there was something about Mutombo. And even when he blocked Sam Cassell's shot, or he got to Ray Allen, he did the finger wave.
No.
It was just, there was just something, you just like were gravitated toward his character and like him as a player, and then you learn everything else about him. And he was pretty incredible. Then I think a lot of people know him too from the commercial he did when he was blocking people in the office and just swatting away the paper ball from the garbage can.
But that was for the new generation who didn't watch him play.
Exactly.
And kind of was like, oh, sure, okay, this is open. This is like, nobody does it anymore. I mean, I'll do it. If I come in this year and block a shot, I'm going to be like this.
Well,
I promise you.
So that's I wanted to ask you, because like we talk about the NBA and NBA Africa and the way that the NBA has grown the game. Yeah. Without guys like Dikembe Mutombo, without Akeem, there's no Joel Embiid.
No.
There's no there's no Giannis and NTA.
No.
There's the ground that these guys set.
Exactly. The way they play, the tenacity, the being African, look like it's cool, and just like, no, we're gonna come here. It was just a different vibe, and for us, from Dikembe Mutombo, like, to Hakeem the Dream, to all these guys who came and played, and it's a legacy, it's a legacy that, Giannis, Joel, all these guys, Pascal, like, they're gonna continue. We're gonna all continue all around the world, not just in the NBA,
100%.
all around the world, and continue to forge ahead.
So there's obviously no easy way to transition out of something like that. But there are a couple other NBA stories and a couple other sports stories I wanted to hit on with you. Yeah. The same day that Dikembe Mutombo passed, Pete Rose also passed away. And Pete Rose, so I know when we threw out the first pitch the other day, you're like, there's no baseball in Greece. So
I never grew up with baseball.
So Pete Rose, legendary baseball player. I think he surpassed 4,000 hits. Most players, if you get to 3,000, you're in the Hall of Fame. He had 4,000 plus.
4,000 plus.
So he was the baseball player of the 80s, right? Not in the Hall of Fame. Kept out of the Hall of Fame.
How? Why?
Because he bet on baseball. Like, was betting on games. When I was younger, I always thought, he bet against his team. And I was like, that's probably not great, right? I found out years later, he was actually betting on his team
to win.
Yes. Which to me is like the coolest thing anyone could do.
Oh, yeah, because, but it's...
like if you go put your money where your mouth is, much respect for your Rose.
Yeah, okay. So, first, my condolences to him and his family. It's a touchy subject a little bit. And you saw what happened with Porter and stuff like that last year.
Oh, for sure.
I think obviously you're trying to be cool and you want to bet and like, hey, I'm gonna win for sure. I know that, but at the same time, it messes with the integrity of the game, because maybe back then it was just win or loss, but now it's points, not points, this, that, rebounds, no rebounds, how much you stay on the floor, this, that. Like, it's gonna, even if you're doing it for a good reason, guys, don't do that. It messes with the integrity of the game for you as well. I'm telling you, because it's two different things, right? The money and the love of the game. So obviously through this, we all change our lives. We play basketball, you become successful on and off the court, and you have a better house, a better car, etc. All this, a better life for your family. But at the same time, having more money or saying like, hey, like I want to bet what I do, like it messes with the integrity of the game. Imagine if you were working, right? You're working at Wall Street, and now you're like, now it's the same thing. They do that too. Like that's not allowed either.
No, definitely not.
Right?
It's a federal crime.
So it's kind of similar to it. And if you think about it, moving forward to like a normal job, imagine you being good karma and you got to bet every time you go to work. You're like, hey, I could bet money outside of this, and if I go to work today, if I'm going to go 9 hours or 8 hours. So what is that?
I bet on myself to work fewer hours every single day.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It messes with the integrity for you to show up to your job and show up and do what you're supposed to do, regardless of our outcome. And at the same time, you got to realize when you bet for you to win, there's people betting against you. So you're like telling them basically that I control the outcome. So that's, I don't think it's the best thing ever. But at the same time, you got to understand there's a thin line to it. That's why it's considered integrity. You're messing up with the integrity of the game because you control most of it. You control if you're going to show up or you're going to. So that's why. But and it's a touchy subject. So
100% touchy subject.
No betting tips in the show. You won't get any inside information when it comes to the game. That's it. I just want to put this out there.
I like the disclaimer. No, it's
disclaimer.
It's
Always.
Just a couple other NBA overall topics, and this one I feel like everyone in the world has some thoughts about. Karl-Anthony Towns is now a member of the New York Knicks.
Woo! I was like, what? Did you see my tweet? I was like, what?
Yeah, I think all you said was what. And
what?
Because that was the night of that you threw out the first pitch, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden these murmurs start coming out like, Cat's going to the Knicks.
He's going to be in New York like this.
You think Cat's going to enjoy New York City?
Of course. He's Dominican, right?
He played for the Dominican national
team.
He's Dominican.
He has to be Dominican. He doesn't. That's what I'm saying. He's going to enjoy New York. They're going to love him. It's a lot of it's like me going to New York. Like it's a lot of big Greek community out there. They're going to show him love. Show him the ropes, everything. That they're going. And then he's a hell of a player, man. He's gonna crush it. He's gonna be great. I just don't know. I only know that Julius went to
Minnesota.
Minnesota, right?
There was a pick involved. There was also one of your former teammates, Dante DiVincenzo, sent to Minnesota.
True.
And so Dante. When I saw that, I wanted to ask you. You know Dante a little bit, obviously.
Yeah.
They just put together the Nova Knicks, right?
Yeah.
They have everyone and their mom who played for Villanova in New York, and then he gets shipped out.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be kind of upset about that, right?
If Dante's gonna be upset, I mean, as much as any other player would be. I think like the business is business, but you gotta, you gotta give Dante so much credit for just he's been in different teams and he's always been professional and he's always like, hey, he goes out there and he hoops, he plays, and then obviously he signed a big contract with the Knicks, right?
Yep.
So that's that was his reward for sure. But I know it's unfortunate he doesn't get to do the Nova Knicks stint.
And he was one of the. I mean, he had a game winner in one of their playoff games last year. Like he was a big part of that team.
Yes.
So now that you're in this whole media world, podcasting, you can't discuss a trade, right, without saying who won the trade. Now we haven't seen these guys on the court, but we need your instant analysis on who won. Is it the Knicks getting Cat, or is it the Wolves bringing back Julius Randle, Dante, and a pick?
I think so. The Knicks needed a shooting big. They do have Mitchell, who I don't know. Okay, obviously maybe he doesn't shoot it in the game, but I've seen him shoot. So he could shoot, but I don't think that's what he's.
It's just not his go-to game.
His game at the moment. From the first glance, it looks like the Knicks won.
Okay.
Right. From the first glance, you see it and it's like, oh, sure, okay, they won, but not one in the consideration of say, oh my God, it was great. I can't believe it, they won. But in the sense of that's what they needed, that's what they got. Now, in terms of continuity, I don't know. I think it's Dante a big piece. That's to be discussed, to be seen. It's Julius. I think Julius gave whatever he had for the squad. I think he went out there and and I think people kind of don't understand for players like that. Like, oh man, bully ball and this and that. Like, bro, do you understand how much energy, how much practice, how much even when you're hurt and not hurt, keep playing, because that type of game is different. Like, you got to go through bodies, you got to just bring it every night. And I think he really brought them where they were supposed to be to go to the next level.
On the flip side of that,
Minnesota,
Julius, Ant Edwards, Dante, Rudy Gobert, that's not a bad roster.
No. That's what I'm saying. But in first glance, I'm just saying. Now I'm saying it outside. I'm outside of the Knicks and Minnesota. First glance, oh, sure, okay, they got a Cat. I respect. Bro, Cat is an amazing player
for sure.
Did you see him play against the Denver Nuggets? Bro, against the Denver Nuggets, this guy was absolute for the team. Now, when it comes to the team Minnesota, I feel like okay, they got somebody he can really be more physical. He will go to the rim. He will challenge guys. Now, if he's gonna fit with Rudy, I don't know. I cannot tell you off the rip oh yeah, they're gonna fit. Great. Dante will fit anywhere.
Yeah.
There ain't no discussion about Dante. Dante will play whatever you put him in. He will fit and he will play. So then everything has to be between Anthony Edwards. And now people go. I saw some people online saying hey, they had to pick between Anthony and Cat. No, it's not true. It's not like they picked. They just did whatever was best for the team.
Yeah, and then you can project they're gonna have to offer so much money coming up, and try.
Oh yeah, they did.
Trying to get that done because Edwards is getting a max deal, 100%. It's not even in question. So now they're going to be
too.
Yeah, so now they're going to be set up to make sure whatever that max deal looks like in 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, they'll be able to offer it to him. But honestly, this is one of the trades where and we're so far away from who actually won. No, yeah. It looked like it worked out pretty well for both teams.
Yeah, for both teams. But first glance is you go New York, of course. You go Brunson and Cat, and not because Anthony and the other guys are not good. I'm just saying from a standpoint of compatibility. A big one guy.
That pick and roll.
I don't know how it's going to look, but continuity.
There's just so many options because Cat can step outside. He doesn't have to roll every time.
But then if Cat's going to step outside, you're going to switch. So I'm telling you, we have to see them on the court. So, and this is going to be the first year. So, but I'm hoping for both teams to do their best, not against us, against anybody else. But what I would say that people don't talk about at all is not that the trade between them, how it looks. How he brings the standings between everybody else in the league. In the league. Because now you said something. You said, oh, now they don't have to pay max. You think Jules Randle is not going to ask for the max? He's not going to ask for the most money he can get?
He's going to get the most money he can get, for sure. What that looks like, I'm assuming it's a little bit less than Cat. Yeah, that's just my assumption. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but what about Rudy?
He's getting max money.
Exactly. What about Anthony Edwards?
All the money.
Exactly.
Every cent.
So one of the other reasons I said about New York, because then New York has two players who kind of are close to the max, but nobody else is really close to the max. But Minnesota is going to have now to say, hey, okay, now at some point I'm gonna have to pay Julius. I'm gonna have to pay Rudy. I'm gonna have to pay Anthony Edwards. Not even a debate for those guys. So now it becomes this. So
yeah, it's interesting. So the whole media part of this is what we're gonna have to get you. You have to just yell and scream about one opinion, and you can't make sense of it the way you have here. Like you're gonna be too smart for this whole media world. We're gonna have to tone that down. I
gotta tone that down.
I need the biggest hot take you can think of on the spot regarding you gotta hop on TV and be like, the Knicks are now the favorite to win the title. That's how we do this.
Yeah, I know, but it's not true though. It's not true. It's far from true, actually. No, because
we gotta get Jay Williams on the phone.
Yeah,
I know. A couple lessons on this real quick.
I know, but I can see why people would say it. But
for sure,
on first glance, the Knicks one.
You might have some opinions on this one. These opinions will be correct. So, I was listening to just a couple people that talking about fantasy basketball. That season is coming up.
What's fantasy basketball is the one they.
So you draft players. You own a team.
Okay.
You draft players in a draft style, just like the NBA draft.
Perfect.
And you get points every single night based on what they do. Okay. So there's different leagues. It can be based on points, assists, rebounds, blocks, steals.
Gotcha.
You can get deducted points if they miss shots, whatever it is.
Perfect.
So Adam Schefter from ESPN, the top NFL reporter there, he was talking about he's a big fantasy basketball fan.
Okay.
One of his like little side hobbies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, and he wasn't giving an opinion either way. He was saying he was looking at mock drafts because he has the 6th pick.
Yeah.
And he said in his league, he is positive Giannis will be available at 6. Followed up by saying, in most of the mock drafts he looked at, Giannis is ranked 11th.
Okay.
So I'm going to look at who else is ranked above him because I can think of maybe 0 people. But like...
Okay, so let me get this straight. And you tell me if I'm wrong. You stop me anytime.
Okay.
If I'm wrong. So fantasy basketball is about drafting players, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your own team, and then the success is predicated on what the players do. So basically, score, rebound, points, steal, 3 points, blocks.
Yep.
And if they miss, you deduct if they miss.
In a lot of leagues, yes.
In a lot of leagues. Okay. And Giannis is available at 6?
He said he is positive in his league. Giannis will be available at 6.
Is he sure?
He's sounded pretty sure. He's Adam Schefter. He's usually
correct. No. My question would be like, does he do? So this is he saw this in general with more. Is this the like overall? You say mock
overall,
draft?
yeah. So when I look at mock drafts, the general consensus is that Giannis will be drafted after the 6th or 7th overall pick, and I've seen him as low as 11.
Okay, good. So just wait for 11 then.
Just wait for 11.
If you want to suck, wait for 11.
So you want to hear the I just brought up ESPN.com.
Yeah, go.
Mock draft.
Go.
Who would you take? Who I know who you would take number 1. Who do you think they have as number 1?
Bro.
Taking into account all the categories, assists, blocks, steals.
That's what I'm saying. If you take into account every category, the only person you can say maybe you want, and then I don't know who. You need somebody who maybe rebounds and scores and the same. Because maybe Jokic.
They have him at number 2 on this list.
Yeah, but
so there's someone above him.
Someone above Jokic as well.
Yep. Let me give you one hint.
Hold on. Before you give me the hint, the reason I say this is because this is predicated. It's like literally predicated on scoring, rebounding, assists, percentages,
steals, blocks, efficiency. So you would think someone that shot 60% from the field.
Exactly my point. Shot 60%. That means out of 10 shots he makes 60%. Then after 6, and then he scores 30 points per game.
Yep.
Like I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Now maybe I'm tripping. But
no, I was shocked. That's why I brought it up because
Who's number 1?
Victor.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I think the expectations for that kid are sky high. People expect him to win an MVP. Like people, yeah, I've seen it out there.
Really?
People's predictions, sky high expectations.
I love it. I mean,
he's obviously great.
No, it's a great player. But I'm like, are they going number 1? Are they going to be number 1 seed in the West?
No, definitely
So
not.
how is he going to win?
Well, wins don't matter in this. It's just individual performance.
No,
so
you
maybe,
said that people are saying about the MVP race,
oh,
right?
yeah. So how's he going to win MVP? Good point.
No, I'm saying now if they're predicated to win all these games, so he probably will. But I can see more of a defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I can see that one
I
too.
can see that than MVP. But
So in this mock draft, they had him going number 1, Jokic number 2, Luka's 3.
Okay.
The first real guard, I know Luka's a point guard, but first true guard size person comes in at number 4, and Shea.
Can I ask a question? Do blocks matter? Do steals matter?
Yeah.
So how is this?
I would
how
assume
are
so.
they? How? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I like when you get frustrated.
I get frustrated,
and then you just go,
because
I don't know. I don't know.
No, because I'm trying to understand if it's an overall game or it's just something specific. Because if it's scoring, I mean, he still scores like 30 points per game. So I don't know what it is. If it's, but keep going. Yeah.
Tyrese is number 5.
Tyrese who?
Halliburton.
What is the average?
Last year, let's click on his name real quick. Last year, he averaged 18, 4, and 8. Which,
So,
if
wait, hold on, bro, hold on, bro. No.
I'm just saying,
No.
whatever you say about Tyrese, just know the
Guess
internet will pick up on it.
So I'm supposed to lie because keep them happy.
Exactly.
We ain't lie. I'm not doing the hot takes, but I'm not lying either. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But so Tyrese averaging 18, 8 and 4.
4 and 8. 4 rebounds, 8 assists.
So where is this? No, that got to be it's just done. No, they're making people say, oh, you can get him at 11, then everybody's gonna pick him at 2, 3.
Pick him early.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
real quick
Yeah,
before that,
I
he's
know
not even
what it is.
drafted yet. He hasn't even. He's not next. Embiid is next.
Okay.
That one I can actually see because he does everything.
Bro, hey, I'm here. This is when you talk about guys like, Jan, Bron, KD, Embiid, Joel, those guys. It becomes, and then after a little bit, it becomes preference. No, seriously, Jokic, it becomes preference, man. They're all great players. Now, when you come down, you tell me like a guy who scores 30, 10, and 6, and then say, yeah, I'm gonna pick the guy who scores 18, 4, and 8. There is a big discrepancy, bro.
Huge difference.
Now, it doesn't matter if his name is Tyrese Halliburton or his name is Thanasis Antetokounmpo or his name is whoever you want to call it. It is a big discrepancy.
Huge.
That's all I'm saying.
2 guys you mentioned on that list. Kevin Durant is projected 23rd.
What?
LeBron James 19.
Oh yeah,
Steph Curry 16.
That ain't no. Okay,
and then
that is not no. Okay.
I'm just going over.
We can cancel this whole show. This ain't.
There is a guard in the East who they have. It's not Jason Tatum, who they have going over Giannis in this spot. A guard in the East, in the division, going over Giannis in this spot.
I know who you're gonna say.
Okay.
Is he a lefty? That's him, right?
Hold on, I'm trying to do right and left in my head. I believe so.
Yeah, is that Jalen Brunson?
Oh no,
No,
Jalen
okay.
Brunson is much older. No, this guy's definitely not a lefty.
He's not a lefty then.
No.
So who's it?
Donovan Mitchell.
What is down average? Go. Let me see.
Last season, I mean, he's good, obviously. Like,
Of
there's no
course he's good, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Donovan Mitchell. We'll have him on the show, man. Thank
Oh
you
yeah,
for coming to the
Thanalysis
show.
season 2.
Yeah, go check out the interview. Was great. Go check it out.
He was solid. 30 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 47% from the field. It's not bad.
Correct. So let's backtrack a little bit. So we have a guy who has 30 points per game, 5 and 5. But there's a guy above him who has 18, 8 and 4.
Maybe they're projecting. I don't know. I
Projecting
think
what?
Donovan's
He's
going to have a great season.
They're projecting what? That he's going to be scoring 35.
Maybe they think Halliburton's going to have a better year than he did last year.
So what is this? This is an actual draft or this is projection? If we're projecting how the 2029 pick
No, well,
the draft's going to look.
they're drafting people based on how they project them to do this season. So I'm assuming whoever picked Halliburton 5th thinks he's going to have a better statistical season than Donovan Mitchell because Mitchell was available when he picked him at 5.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
And then Giannis comes in at 8.
At 8. Who's at 6, 7? You said
6-7 was Embiid and then Donovan.
Okay, yeah.
And then real quick, just to round out a couple top names, Edwards is right after him, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren comes in above Domantas Sabonis. That one's surprising to me because Sabonis is a stat stuffer.
Look at that stuff. Oh my God. Can we clip that, please? Can we clip this as
He is.
I would you expect me this?
Bro, he had 20, 14, and 8 last year.
2014? No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the word stat stuff. I'm like, I gasped for a little bit. I was like, what is for the phrase? But okay, I get that. What did Chet average?
Chet last year was at 15, 7, and 2.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
I love introducing you to this media world of just things that happen. We can't
Please
explain.
comment underneath and help me understand this mock draft. Comment and just like, am I tripping or this is like real? Can we clip this for Twitter X? Clip this.
Yeah, ask the question. We should ask the question. Where are you drafting Giannis?
I want to know where you drafting Giannis, Embiid, Donovan Mitchell, Jokic. Who else?
Steph Curry was 16.
Steph Curry was 16. Ron, KD, Steph, and who else is really good with stats? And Sabonis. Like I want to know and Dame. Like
Ooh,
what?
I might have to scroll a little bit.
Hold on. Like, and Dame, where do you draft them? I said, what is this called?
Fantasy basketball.
Where do you draft in fantasy basketball?
All right, Dame Lillard.
I want to know.
Oh, actually higher than I thought. 21. So he came in after LaMelo Ball, which I don't really understand that one.
It's projections, so
yeah.
Nothing makes any sense. Come on, let's go. It's projections. Nothing makes any sense, man.
That's fair. The last one I want to get to with you today. Last week, NBA Media Day happens across the league, and SportsCenter shows a bunch of like the best moments, whatever.
Okay.
How are you with live animals? Holding live animals?
You want the honest truth?
Yeah, that's what we do here. We keep it real.
Fucking terrified. Fucking scared. I don't like holding nothing. That's not.
You're gonna be real pissed at the end of the segment, then.
Well, yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I don't. That my thing. I barely. You know, we have a dog, Mila. Yeah, I barely.
Not.
No. I grew. Like it grew on me.
It had to take a while.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, this dog is amazing. It's this dog is like. It's my family.
It's a golden doodle, right?
Yeah, it's my family. But in general,
So the Denver Nuggets brought live snakes to their media day, and they had players holding the snakes and like posing with photos in it. And everyone's whole thing was like, I want to see Jokic. I want to see what Jokic does. And he walked in there and goes, nope, walks out.
No, I would be terrified.
So hypothetically here, hypothetically,
let's go hypothetically.
Let's just say the people who work on Thanalysis have been in contact with the Milwaukee County Zoo, and they are willing to bring, or we go to them to hold live animals while we do a podcast. That's something you might be upset about.
Yes. It doesn't matter how much money Good Karma wants to pay me. Look at me. I don't care how much money Good Karma wants to pay me.
What if it's just like a little lion cub? You just hold it. We do a couple segments.
I can't hold it. No. So this is the thing. Like with like lion cubs, I'm not scared. I would hold it, but the small the
the crawly little reptiles.
Yes.
No,
like
snakes. I'm out.
Like a hamster. I'm like no, I can't because I feel like it's gonna. My worst fear is that I feel like it's gonna just. Zoom in.
Go right under your shirt.
And you can give credit to this movie. It's called I don't know which. It's called The Mummy, but I don't remember which one it is.
Bro, I know exactly what
it's
the black
with
Beatles.
The Beatles. Oh my God! And after I watched it when I was really young, and then after that, I was like, I don't want nothing near me. I don't want nothing.
All right, so
I'm not terrified.
No,
I'm
the
not,
mummy.
When I say terrified, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, no. But I'll probably do this quick. I'll probably hit it.
If you haven't seen the Mummy movie, there's Brendan Fraser. These had to be late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
The bug would go in your skin. Yep. And nope. So we'll avoid the reptile house. However, maybe an episode soon we're hanging out with some animals. Just throwing it out
it's
there.
Okay. I can go to the zoo every day. I love the zoo, to be honest with you. I love the zoo. But I don't love the concept of the zoo. And be honest with you, I do love the zoo. I do love be able to see the animals and go there. Do not dislike. I don't want to curse you. The concept
you already
of
did.
it.
Just let it roll. Okay.
Yeah, I love the fucking concept of the zoo because because think about it. They're just trapped there. Like it's I get that they were built, and I really and good things to say or bad thing to say. I really appreciate it to be able to go see it because I can't be able to travel to Africa, and not everybody goes to Africa and go to this place, this tropical place to see him. But the concept of the zoo is fucking insane, bro.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like I feel like that sometimes when I gotta go to events, I gotta be somewhere, and then I gotta be like closed in, and then like I can only imagine, man. So love just to see the animals. Do not, not the concept of the zoo in general, but one of the other things I would say though, that the people who take care of the animals, I really appreciate that because they really like create an environment for them to feel at home and to feel safe. And some of them are born in captivity.
In captivity, yeah.
So it's heartbreaking. That's the same way I feel. Like I told you, I was on Twitter and I was looking at all this people and negativity. I was like, no, I got to do something. I feel like I got to do something. It's heartbreaking. But yeah.
Knowing how Twitter works, you can't give away a jersey every time someone says something negative.
No,
we will run out of jerseys.
Yeah. But it wasn't about, nobody said something negative. It was just like,
it's just the internet in general.
Yeah, because I'm on Twitter.
So
on Twitter now, I don't know how to work it. So I go to the Explorers page, and then you'll see like either people fighting or either people doing like, I wanted to see people doing nice stuff. That's the videos I watch. People going out there and give like $1,000 to somebody, make somebody's day, and somebody's like really emotional. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. Like stuff like that. But then when I see like, people being recorded or violence, like it always just brings negativity. So I'm like, no, I'm going to be a positive beacon.
I think you just created a new segment that we'll start on the show.
What?
We'll put it in we'll get the videos. We're just going to find some positive stuff that we find on the internet each week and just react to it.
Okay.
We can spread it that way. We'll put the video in our video, and then more people can see it and just spread some vibes.
What we need is a TV sponsored by Good Karma. My friend back there. We need a TV so we can watch the clips or somewhere, so we can just watch them and create the
Our
whole
production team just walked out of the room, so we'll
No.
We'll get it figured out. That'd be cool. We get something figured out.
Yeah.
But that's everything I had for you on this one.
Man, it was short. Was he short? Or was he? I kind of feel we spent a lot of time in drafting.
We did spend a lot, but it was your reaction to some of that stuff is incredible, and that's
because I don't understand the concept of it, and and people listening or watching, might be listening or watching, is weird to me because if all that matters is the stats and consistency, how are the people who are consistent on lower and you're hoping for, and then you place your bets? But this is life, though, right? You place your bets and you go like, oh, I want to bet, so like.
It's the same, if you look at certain things on the internet and you see like the Bucks have the 7th best odds in Vegas to win a title. 7th, currently 7th.
Okay.
There are things like that where there's always going to be people who like, the Sixers got Paul George, the Knicks have this, the West has this, and things change overall. But it's interesting to me to watch your growth in this world because now we're going to have media hot takes. We're going to ask you about trades. We're going to ask you about and learn together with the fans.
And again, I'd always give you what I really believe. Not I don't have any agenda. I don't have nothing. I'm just here because I love the show. I'm learning so much from the show. And you guys are amazing, by the way. You guys are like keeping it. You keep this going, and that's it. So that's another end of the show. Please like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the show on YouTube. Subscribe to the show on Spotify and whatever you get your podcast from, every platform available. Please follow our Instagram page. We got a lot of more content there. And
before we had to hit one more thing. What? Remember last episode we talked about now we're in the big leagues.
Oh, why do you talk about?
We got to shout out 3 very important people who helped make this happen.
And before there's actually 4. I'll tell you. And before we close the show, I want to give a big shout out to Thanalysis by Gruber Law. One call, that's all, for people who are watching, for people who are listening. Our now shows moving forward, this is going to be by Thanalysis Gruber Law. Want to thank another sponsor, Carbliss. You see them right here. They've been with us from the beginning. Potawatomi Casino Hotels. These people are amazing. That's why I do my live events, and that's why, if I'm not home and I want to stay in a hotel, that's why I stay. So that you guys go stay there. And the 4th people are the people around us. You see them. No shout out to No Studios. We'll be shooting this for the past years.
A lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes here. You guys are amazing. You're always ready to rock, always ready to shoot. And Milwaukee. Let's get it. So.
Thanalysis is recorded at No Studios, Milwaukee's creative hub and production studio.